With the Butt Kicker Gamer 2, what you see and what you hear is what you feel. Butt Kicker. The future is feeling.
The most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic real world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $400,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing.
You the GOAT, boy.
Welcome back once again, race fans, here tonight to the Turn 3 Racing Network. Tonight, Swift Motorsports Butt Kicker Breezy Acres Dairy Farms Xfinity Series fires things off for race number 7 here in season number 3. Talladega Super Speedway gonna unload some great racing action. If the past 2 nights of racing here have showed us and given us anything, it's been some crazy great racing action, especially right there on those last laps. Last 2 nights have been outstanding. Can these Xfinity Series drivers repeat the process? We'll have to wait and see how it all shakes down. Qualifying already underway out there, 60 seconds already on the stopwatch. But how you doing? How you feeling out there in TV land, race fans? Glad you could all join us here tonight. As always, Dave in the Cave bringing you the calls from the trackside, and that's right, this is Talladega. Gonna let a few of these drivers turn in some time lapse, so we'll go ahead and throw up some race information for you right there on your screen. Nice, pretty cool breeze here today. 75 degrees down here in Talladega, Alabama. Just kind of slightly north, but mainly east of Birmingham, Alabama. About an hour and a half drive away, and Talladega Superspeedway. I'm telling you, the interstate runs just outside of this track. Unfortunately, the blimp cam not catching it here tonight, so the turn 3 blimp would have to kind of go out a little bit further to bring you that. But the interstate runs right there. You can see the bankings and the flags right there as you drive down. I believe that is I-20. Yeah, it's just, I'm telling you, you gotta go. Anyways, there's your track information for tonight's race. Race number 7 going to begin here very shortly, halfway through this 5-minute qualifying session already. So we'll throw up those speed charts to the left-hand side of your screen. There you can see Darren Clement in that 32. He's going to have that provisional pole position here tonight. 54.105 fast time out of that 32. Busch Ford Mustang, Tommy Holt, Nathan Nixon right there rounding out those top 3 spots. All blue ovals at the front of the field. Stephen Ayers Jr. breaking up the pack of Fords, and here comes another one. Damian Leninger going to go third on the speed chart, so that's going to give us 4 Fords in a row, then 2 Toyota Supras. Looks like the Toyotas in those ovals have come to run here tonight. Gary Wells, now Jeff Glockner, your highest running Chevy drivers. Jim Ott going to crack inside the top 5. He'll go third on the speed charts. Nobody topping Darren Clement yet, with just about a minute and a half remaining here in qualifying. Quick time tonight going to belong to Darren Clement. 54.105. How about the Cuban Missile Rocket, Roy Fernandez? And that 3 machine, he's got that bow tie powered up. And right there, Gary May, top of the speed charts, new pole sitter with just about 60 seconds. The 10 puts down a 54.096. He'll take that provisional pole position for the time being. Does anybody else have anything for him? 21 drivers on the speed charts. We've still got about 10 drivers left to go out there and put down a time lap. Big field here tonight at Talladega Superspeedway with just about 45 seconds remaining. I don't think we're going to see anybody turn in a time that's going to be able to top Gary May at the top of the speed chart. So for now, May sits with that provisional pole. Can he have a few more points in his back pocket? Justin Gann trying to get there. I tell you what, let's go take a look at Justin Gann. Tommy Haynes, he's going to steal it with 15 seconds to go. Tommy Haynes, 53.992. My gosh. That is definitely going to be your pole sitter here as 2 seconds remain, and that's it. Tommy Haynes in the 17. Bow tie flexes his muscles late in qualifying. He'll take that top spot in qualifying. And with that being said, race fans, we're going to step away for just a brief commercial break, then head back trackside for your national anthem. So don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly wailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we won
track side as the field begins to make their way through final pre-race inspection. Handful of drivers still stuck down in line right now, so we'll go ahead and run down some official business coming into tonight's race number 7 here in season number 3 for Swift MotorSports Butt Kicker Breezy Acres Dairy Farms Xfinity Series. Darren Clement leads these drivers, top of this point standings, 202 points in the bag for him. Todd Cray right there behind him. Cray with 2 race wins to his name so far this season. The 98 right there of Hunter Corrier right there in third. Jason Arison, Adam Pettit. Check out that top 5 for Adam Pettit. Nick Hunt with a good, solid run so far this season. That 00 sitting right there in 6th spot. Just 38 points out of your points lead, setting himself up in a good spot to try to make it into that championship grid coming up. And, well, we've got tonight and just 3 more races for these drivers to try to settle themselves in to a playoff position and try to chase down that championship in the remaining 5 races after that. But first, drivers got to get through the big one. Drivers got to get through the biggest shakeup of the season. A lot of people may think it's road courses. Nah, it's the restrictor plate races. You never know what's going to happen. You can get caught up involved in somebody else's mess, and hopefully it doesn't happen to anybody trying to salvage a season here as we begin race number 7. So there you can see your point standings coming into tonight's race. More drivers are finally beginning to make their way through that jammed up pre-race inspection technical area there. A few more drivers waiting to come and grab their starting spots, but nonetheless, long night. 2.5 mile super speedway race, 85 laps. These drivers are going to have to be concentrating all night long, going to be looking and driving in their rear view mirrors more so than out the front windshield. And we hear those bells in the background. It's time to run down tonight's starting lineup for race number 7 here in the Swift MotorSports Butt Kicker Breezy Acres Dairy Farms Xfinity Series. That's right, you're watching the Roll Tide 85. Tommy Haynes gonna line up inside row number 117, grabs that pole position with a 53.992 in qualifying. Gary May in the 10 gonna line up just beside him. Back in row number 2 here tonight, the 32 of Darren Clement and the 4X Racing driver Justin Gann. Roy Fernandez, Austin Alberton gonna line up back in row number 3. Inside row number 4 in the 14 machine, Anthony Keys. Jim Ott in the 4 gonna line up just to his outside with Todd Cray. Jim Ott lining up in row number 4. Row number 5 here tonight, Todd Cray and Ryan Sizemore. Nick Hunt, Tommy Hope round out your top 12. Back in 13th starting position inside row number 7, the 24 of Jeff Gluckner. Damian Leininger going to line up just to his outside in that 14th spot. 15th tonight, the 31 of Stephen Ayers Jr. Gary Wells right to his outside. Inside row number 9 tonight, Nathan Nixon, followed by Hunter Corrier. Inside row number 10, starting in the 19th position, the 41 of Pierce Maffitt. Just to his outside, rounding out your top 20 here tonight, Jarrett Lipstra. Ron Schutte, Casey Duncan back in row number 11. Row 12 here tonight, Brett Tucker and John Windish. Jim Thorndike, Jason Arison back in row number 13. Rounding out the field, I should say, will be that 99 of Nathan Rogie. Andy Starcher, Don Kidder, both up in the race control booth. Admins here tonight. Big time shout out to them for pulling the duties up there in the race control booth here tonight, giving all the fans what they came to see in the stands. And that's a great race all night long here in the Turn 3 Racing Network field. Double file for the first time. Heading off of Turn 4, we'll get set to go green flag racing this time by. iRacing pace car making that left-hand turn. The boss man upstate out with the flag in hand. Wait for it. Wait for it. It's coming. Here we... Well, not yet. Mistimed it again. What do you know about that? Here we go. Green flag racing. Once again, Al messing with me up there in the flag stand, waiting to throw that green flag here tonight. But the 17 of Tommy Haynes, he's going to take that top spot heading down into turn number 1. Your pole sitter fast already. Still side by side front of this field, we should see double file racing for quite a bit of the opening stages of this race. Still very early, not even done with lap number 1, and already a battle for that top spot. Big run, Gary May on the outside. He's getting a big push by that 30 of Justin Gann. Outside lane trying to make some ground, trying to run with the momentum. Outside lane working right now. New race leader by the time we get back around. Gary May gonna lead lap number 1. Justin Gann going to take control of that outside lane. And how about that 49 of Austin Alberton? If you were here watching last night, race fans, you would have seen that 49 of Alberton up near the front, making moves all night long. Unfortunately, got caught up and involved in a late race incident, but Alberton with a strong finish last night, even after that late race incident, and running strong already here tonight. He sits the second car outside lane, giving Justin Gann that big push to the front. Gann is clear. Will he drop? No, gonna keep his Ford Mustang up at the front of this field at the high side for now. That's gonna let the 10 of Gary May surge back forward. Oh my, 3 wide at the line. New race leader Justin Gann to the point for the time being. 3 lead changes amongst 3 different drivers, and we're on lap number 3 with 3 wide in the field. Oh my, things gonna be interesting here tonight. Things gonna pick up for sure. I'm not sure how much more they can pick up from going 3 wide on lap 3. Oh, drivers getting a little squirrely here. The 8 of Ryan Sizemore. He looks to take the top of the speed charts now. He's going to have that inside advantage for the moment. The 10 of Gary May coming back to try to give him a push back around. Look at this big pack of cars at the front of this field. Justin Gann trying to do a little bit of side drafting there, crossing the line. Lap going to stay with Gann for now. 3 wide, back for 3rd, 4th, 5th on the speedway. 96 trying to help the 11 of Gary Wells up and around. They'll go double file on that outside lane for a moment, trying to get back up and battle with Justin Gann. And that 8 of Ryan Sizemore for the race lead. 3 wide, 2 rows deep at the front of this field on lap number 4 out of the 85 scheduled in tonight's official race distance. A little bit early, but these drivers still going at it hot and heavy here tonight. The 11 machine wound up at the top. Can Gary Wells lead this lap? Who's going to get this lap led? Dead heat race across the try over here. Oh my goodness. Justin Gann now getting left high and dry in the middle, all by himself in the sucker hole. Gary Wells going to lead that lap. Oh, things getting a little dicey at the front of this field. Big time out of shape for that 96 of Jarrett Lipschurer. He was all sorts of out of shape in his Toyota Supra. Big recovery there. Justin Gann in the Ford Mustang right behind him. Can Gann get back to victory lane? He went to victory lane last week, or last time I should say. We were on track back at Darlington. The lady in black, well, it treated him well. Let's see how these restrictor plate nights go here for Gann. Lady luck can't always be on your side, but you know, sometimes it's better to be lucky than be good. Still packed up at the front of this field. Things slowly starting to sort themselves out. Got a 3-car breakaway at the front. Just as I say that, Ryan Sizemore in the 8 going to jump to the outside lane to take control over that. Lane. Try to get a push out of Justin Gannon. Get back to the top of the speed charts. How about that 59? GTR simulator machine powered by Jim Thorndike. He's inside the top 10. He's going to drop to the bottom now, trying to make his way around the 56 of John Wimbish. Wimbish not in that Cheerwine car anymore. That's right, it's the black and red Texaco Havoline machine. Just off about a car length or so away from Nick Hunt. There you can see Roy Fernandez also starting to make his way back to the front. Familiar face. There's that 22 of Todd Cray. He's lost 6 spots from where he started tonight's race up in the 9th position. I think it's just drivers kind of feeling things out right now. There are comers and goers as we run, but still side by side through your top 15. Still double file at the front of the field, looking to go 3 wide. I do believe that's Tommy Haynes, your pole sitter, looking to go back 3 wide to try to get himself back up to the front of the field. 28 looks like he's ready to go with him. Ron shooting the iHeart Radio sponsored machine. He tries to take his Toyota Supra to the high side, but Tommy Haynes ducks back into line. Will stay double file all through the front of this field. Oh, and Gary Wells going to the back. Jarrett Lipster also going to the back. How about that? That's a... Guess they've had enough of running at the front. They're going to go to the back, maybe feel what it's like to come back up through the draft, try to gauge things, try to judge how long it would take to formulate that run. There you can see him back in line already. Jeff Gluckner, he's going to drop to the bottom, allow that 11 to get a little bit of a draft off of him, and they'll stay with this lead pack. The 2 of Damian Liniger right there behind him, rounding out your top 20 as we cross the line to begin lap number 9. Justin Gann goes back to the point. That's going to give us our 5th different lead change amongst 4 different drivers so far here tonight. And whew, what a race this is. I'll tell you what, crazy great racing action out there already all night long so far. 3 wide situation. Once again, the 41 of Pierce Maffett down on the bottom. He's got Ron Schutte to the high side with Tommy Haynes stacked up right between them. They'll sort that out, go back double file. Todd Cray still trying to gain some positions and get back to where he started from here tonight. Cray now back inside the top 10, sitting in that 8th position, but he is 3 wide middle, running right behind that 31 of Stephen Ayers Jr. Great run so far here tonight for him as well. Up inside your top 10, knocking on a top 5, and here comes the run once again. That 17 of Tommy Haynes, he's trying to do it all by himself. Trying to get the job done all by himself. We'll jump up a little higher on the track, give you a little bit of a better vantage point here. Turn 3 drone cam coming through the tri-oval. There's Jeff Gluckner. He's going to look inside of the 59. Thorndike able to power his way through for the time being. Tommy Haynes run on the outside, starting to lose its shine, if you will. Big run now as he doesn't have to check up going into turn 1. Able to gain about a car and a half. He'll pull even now with that 87 machine. And that's kind of interesting, not seeing the 87 listed. I believe that may be the 14 of Anthony Keys. Either way, back at the front, we've got a battle for the top spot. Once again, newcomer to the front of the field, John Wimbish, looking to challenge Justin Gann for a lap lead. Does he have it at the line? No. Gann going to keep that lap in his back pocket for the time being. Casey Duncan in the Great House 18 machine right behind him. That Toyota Super looking pretty sporty here tonight. We've got a Ford on the bottom, followed by a Toyota with a Ford on the top, followed by another Toyota. Stacked up after that, 2 bow ties back to 2 Toyotas, 1 more Ford after that, with Pierce Mapp and his Toyota Super 41 machine rounding out your top 10. Tell you what, you think the driving's crazy on the interstate? Check out these drivers. On board, 2-time race winner this season so far, Todd Cray in the 22 machine, sitting just inside the top 5, running 3rd car outside a lane. Just look at the movement. Look at how much these cars move around. You can see a little bit of pull, steady pull. Not very much movement out of those hands, so steady line, steady run here through 1 and 2. Back down the backstretch. Let's see if there's a big side draft here. Look at that run. Big push out of Nick Hunt on John Wimbish, and that's going to put Wimbish right there with a shot to maybe drop back down to the bottom and take that race lead. No, he's going to stay to the high side. Look at the big push out of Casey Duncan. He has broken himself free from that 10 of Gary May. Line starting to develop down on the bottom. Looks like they've got the numbers for now. John Wimbish just cannot get there in time. Oh, just as I say that, they're going to give it to him. That time by new race leader. John Wimbish takes a lap lead. That's going to give us our 5th different race leader, 6 different lead changes here tonight. Justin Gann looking to go back to the point. Casey Duncan still glued right there to his bumper. You want to talk about drivers being close, pushing each other. Let's take a look off of the tail end of this 18. You can see right there, Casey Duncan. Look at the gap back from him. But I want you to look at this, more importantly. Check out the gap right there. You can almost not even see the grill on Nick Hunt's machine as he's trying to push John Wimbish to the race lead. They're going to cross the line first once again, so Wimbish will keep control over the race for the time being. What a run so far here tonight by all of these drivers. How close is this? Man, I tell you what, great camera work out there by all the guys and girls back at the Turn 3 Racing headquarters. We do appreciate all the hard work, and we do appreciate all these cruise drivers allowing us to come and work on the cars, put a few cameras out there to bring you some great live camera action shots, track side and on board. Man, I tell you what, these Swift Motorsports Butt Kicker, Breezy Acre Dairy Farms Xfinity Series drivers, they have not let up yet. They have been going at it for 15 solid laps. Gonna cross the line that time by to begin lap number 16. John Wimbish gonna continue to lead the race from that middle lane. Third lane trying to develop, but it doesn't really look like too many people interested in going with Tommy Haynes just yet. Haynes looking to try to slot back into that middle lane, and a long train of cars down there on the inside. And oh no, Nick Hunt, he gets rooted up out the way. Here comes Todd Cray in that 22. He'll try to push John Wimbish by. Justin Gann looks like he's going to go back to the point for the time being. John Wimbish losing a little bit of ground down the backstretch and through 1 and 2 right there. And yes, lap lead going to go back to Justin Gann. So that's going to be our 7th different lead change of the night. And how about biggest movers of the race? Ah, man. John Wimbish sitting, leading that outside lane in his Texaco Havoline black and red Ford Mustang. He's up 23 spots from where he started tonight's race. And the man sitting just second car inside lane, that 18 Great House Toyota Super piloted by Casey Duncan. He's up 20 positions from where he started tonight's race. big movers at the front of this field, not playing no games here tonight. Pretty much the entire field still packed up, still running all with each other. Nathan Nixon, the only driver off pace. The 20 machine back about, about 30 seconds behind your race leader, almost 40 seconds back. He's going to be in danger of losing a lap very shortly here, running solo as this giant pack continues to make its way around this 2.5 mile super speedway, the high banks here at Talladega Super Speedway, putting on a show for all the fans in the stands and all the fans around the world tuning in, watching right here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. Glad you could join us. Glad you could be here tonight. And as always, join us in that push to 2,000 subscribers. If you haven't already, come on through, drop on by, and drop these drivers a thumbs up. Click subscribe, smash that bell over there on the right-hand side. Get notified anytime we go live here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. John Wimbish going to cross the line, go back to the point at the stripe. That's going to be our 8th official lead change of the race amongst 5 different drivers. So we very well may see that 23 lead change bar set in the Buck Kicker Airs iRacing Paints Orca Menard Series on Monday night here at Talladega Super Speedway. That one may be in danger here tonight. We'll keep an eye and a watch on that. But once again, we do appreciate each and every one of you stopping by each and every time you do. Without you, there would be no us, and well, then what would you watch? Drivers still mixing it up at the front of this field. My goodness, 20 laps into the... Whoa! Tommy Holt, big moment. Oh, and he goes around. The 17 of Tommy Holt involved in this one. The 17 of Tommy Haynes also caught up involved in this one. That's going to bring our first caution of the night out. Oh, my goodness, what happened here? Let's go back, take a look, see how it all went down. Oh, and the 7. My goodness, Tommy Holt, what happened? Looked like something may have broke on that machine. There you go. Oh, up and into the outside wall. Hard impact, pancakes the 7. He comes back down the track into the 17. And my goodness, just nowhere to go for Tommy Haynes. Front clip ripped off of that machine instantaneously, and he's going to have a long night ahead after that one. Caution flag coming out right as we hit that 20 lap mark, so green flag pit stops were right around the corner. Believe we will see everybody come back down pit road. John Wimbish goes back to the point to give us our 9th different lead change of the evening now here tonight. A field going to come to a crawl, catch up to that iRacing pace car, I should say. And I would expect to see most of the field come down to pit road. There you can see Tommy Haynes trying to get himself back caught up and back onto pit road as quick as he can to try to get as much damage fixed as he can. Damage control here tonight for your pole sitter, Tommy Haynes, caught up involved with our first race incident here on lap number 20. And as the field comes down pit road, we're going to step away for just a brief commercial break. Don't go anywhere, race fans. We'll be right back.
iRacing, you wanted the best, you got them 4 abreast. Often imitated, never duplicated. The greatest show on dirt, the World of Outlaws.
back trackside as promised, not missing any of the action. We're going to come back to the track with the one to go this time. Field will begin to get double file, and it does look like, I think, Todd Craig got off of pit road first. Multiple drivers coming back down to pit road to top off the tanks here on lap number 22, trying to give themselves just a little extra gas as we do get the one to go this time by Upstate. Al gonna point at the drivers, point the finger, wave it at them. It's time to go back racing this time around. We seen last night turn into somewhat of a fuel mileage race. A little crazy finish here. Race leader running out of gas pretty much coming around on the cool down lap. Not even enough to do a burnout last night. So, I mean, getting his first race win in the series was Nathan Rogie last night. So, I mean, will we see a first-time winner here again? Can Pierce Maffitt, maybe in that 41 machine, crack into victory lane? How about John Wimbish, Ryan Sizemore? Roy Fernandez, we haven't seen that Cuban Missile Rocket number 3 in victory lane yet this season as well. So multiple drivers out there still with an opportunity to break in to victory lane. And you can bet your bottom dollar there's going to be some great racing action the rest of tonight. We were side-by-side racing pretty much that entire run. And we'll get set to go back green flag racing this time by. iRacing pace car ready to make that left-hand turn. Put the field in the hands of your race leader, Todd Cray. He will give us our 6 different race leader for 10 different lead changes here tonight, albeit that was on pit road. The boss man waiting for it, waiting for Cray to nail the loud pedal on the gas, and green flag flies once again here at Talladega Superspeedway. Everybody trying to get up through the gears. Nice clean start for the entire field. Big gaps on the bottom though. Drivers immediately dropping down. Looks like they're ready to get the middle portion, the meat of the race in tonight here. Looks like they're ready to go single file for the time being. The 41 of Pierce Maffitt looks like he might flirt with making a run on the outside. No, he's gonna slot in line. Looks like John Wimbish took a peek at it. No. Todd Cray going to lead the field to that middle lane. Now back to the bottom. He'll arc this field down, try to pull a Pied Piper around this track. Todd Cray leads the field. And a second pack already developing here. You can check that out 2 seconds back already. We'll get back to that battle here in just one moment. Want to check this out, see what's going to happen here. Justin Gann, he's going to stick to the bottom of the raceway while Todd Cray goes to the top. Cray's going to lose out on this one. Pierce Maffitt, all sorts of out of shape. Front of the field beginning to get a little dicey now as they make their way back double file. There's that 32, and he's going to look to go 3 wide. I'm telling you, man, these drivers, they are not afraid of anything. And how about Roy Fernandez with the push on Darren Clement? They're going to pull even with Nick Hunt. 3-way battle as those 2 cars on the outside motor right past Nick Hunt. They're going to leave him in the sucker hole. He's headed backwards. What a push. Oh my gosh. Roy Fernandez pushes the daylights out of that 32 of Darren Clement. They'll not only get by Justin Gann, they'll clear him completely with ease. Gann's going to have to jump to the outside, try the switch. Not going to work just yet. Looks like Darren Clement's going to be our new race leader at the line. Todd Cray loses the draft. He's way up at the top of the speedway all by himself. Another 3-wide battle. And back behind your race leaders. 2 wide at the front, 3 wide just behind them. We'll take a look as Darren Clement going to be your new race leader at the line. They're going to sort things back on out in the back of the pack. That's going to give us our 7th different race leader. 11 lead changes here so far tonight. Lap number 27 now underway. Field halfway down the backstretch, packed up once again. That second pack, well, they've regained the momentum and they are heading back up to the front of this field. Todd Cray just in front of Jim Mott, Jim Thorndike right there, Anthony Keys, Jason Harrison, Casey Duncan now rounds out your top 15. And I want to give you just a little shot, just so you can see just how crazy this field is packed up with each other right now. Let's go up to one of our turn 3 drone cams high above the track. Take a look down at that is all the way from first all the way outside of your top 15. The 10 sitting right there in 16th position. Gary May, last driver in this lead pack. Really, the 28 of Ron Schutte not too far off of them. So really, the entire field basically packed up with each other. And look at that, 3 wide, 3 rows deep, and heading towards the front of this field. Oh my goodness, it's about to go down. Crazy great camera work out here by all the guys and girls at the shop and in the production booth over here helping push the buttons. Do appreciate all the hard work put in behind the scenes by everybody on the crew. And man, big time shout out to these drivers, man. If you haven't, man, you got to drop these drivers a dime, man. Go over there and smash the, break that thumbs up. This is absolutely nuts. Still packed up 3 wide through this field. Oh my gosh, I'm telling you, it's not going to last. It's not going to last. Darren Clement still leading this pack at the front. Todd Cray has been able to snatch a hold of Jeff Gluckner, and he's now looking at inside of a top 5 one more time. John Wimbish falling back to third car inside lane. Justin Gann powering back around on the outside with a push from that 00 of Nick Hunt. Gann going to go back to the point. That's going to give us our 12th different lead change here tonight. How about that 98 of Hunter Courier? He's just slowly, silently made his way up inside of that top 10. He's sitting in the 9th position. There you can see him 5th car inside the lane. And he's just kind of just slowly but surely passed a car or two here and there. And he's got himself running very well here. Jim Thorndike in a GTR simulator machine looked like he was going to drop to the bottom and run behind that 98. He's going to elect to stay to the high side, tucked in behind that Pets for Paradise. 22 of Todd Cray, 7 of Tommy Holt. Back marker. He's going to lose another lap here tonight. That's going to put Holt 9 laps down here after that early incident. Just 10 laps ago. Leaders crossing the line. Lap 31 now underway. I know you're out there watching, race fans. Who you want to go on board with? I tell you what, we're going to jump to this man right here. Why don't we go on board here? I'm going to jump on board with Ryan Sizemore, give you a little bit of vantage point from the inside of his cockpit. We'll take a ride right here with Sizemore for a time being. Where you want to jump, where you want to go to, who you want to see driving. Give me a shout out there in TV land, race fans. I know you're there. I know you're watching. Let's see who we jump to next. The 31 of Stephen Ayers Jr. He's now going to fall 1 lap down. He'll be listed in the lucky dog position back in the 26th spot. Going to jump back outside the car for just a brief moment. try to find out and see where you guys want us to go next, who you want to see driving around this track. Big time mix up here as this field still going double file, 3 wide at times, outside run beginning to dissipate. Darren Clement goes back to the point. That's our 13th different lead change tonight. 7 different race leaders. Justin Gann, only driver inside of your top 5 that has been to victory lane, and there's only 2 drivers inside of your top 10 that has been to victory lane. But there again, race fans, keep in mind there's only been 3 different race winners here so far this season. In the Swift Motorsports Butt Kicker Breezy Acres Dairy Farms Xfinity Series. And if you haven't already, check out Breezy Acres Dairy Farms. You can find them right there on the Google side of things, on the web, and you can also find them on Facebook.com. Check out Breezy Acres Dairy Farms. 3 wide with Jim Thorndike jumping out there in his Camaro. He's got Ron Schutte tucked in behind him, and they're gaining some ground now. Will we see 3 wide, 4 rows deep? If these outside cars can get lined up and get up there and battle for that top spot, it'll be 3 wide, 4 rows deep. My goodness, these Xfinity drivers, they're definitely not being outdone by either the ARCA Menard Series that ran Monday night or last night's Performance Truck Series here for Swift Motorsports at Talladega Superspeedway. Both of those races were absolutely crazy nuts. And tonight, we've got an even crazier one. These drivers really mixing things up all throughout the race. No real slumber party anywhere. Woo! Big moves, Ron Schutte. He's going to bail from that high side. He'll drop to the middle lane. That's going to leave one driver out there all alone. That's the 24 of Jeff Gluckner. He'll begin to lose a little bit of ground. Anthony Keys in that, listed as the 87 on the side of his car, 14 on the timing and scoring charts, right there in the 11th position, just behind that 28 iHeart Radio machine piloted by Ron Schutte. He's in a great spot right now. Keys running very well. We'll take an overhead camera shot here from Keys. Get you up close and personal with the track. What do you say? Look at that Doritos machine closing in. Big run here. Jump around just a little bit. How about Rhett Tucker? He's sitting back here outside of your top 15, all the way back in 20th, just kind of playing it cool, playing it smart, playing it conservative for the time being. Sometimes that works, sometimes it backfires. Rhett Tucker back in 20th. We'll jump back up towards the front of this field once again as drivers continue to mix things up at the front of this field. The 98 of Hunter Courier right there in front of Anthony Keys. Jim Thorndike made some moves. He's got himself down to the bottom of the speedway. Here comes Nick Hunt. He has been trying to get to that race lead, just has not been able to pull it off. And I tell you what, well, we're reaching towards that halfway point, so why don't we go ahead. We're going to mute the mics for just a little second. Get a little closer to the racing action. What do you say with some Turn It Up? coming right at you, right through your screen, into your living room, cell phone, tablet, right there. Man, I tell you what, great camera shots and camera work down here at Talladega Super Speedway. My goodness, couldn't put on a better show with a better group of drivers right here. These Xfinity Series machines putting on a show for Swift Motorsports. Butt Kicker, Breezy Acres Dairy Farms Xfinity Series race number 7 in season number 3, Talladega Super Speedway. Roll Tide 85. Oh, contact, in trouble. Oh no, Ron Schutte back up the track. Oh no. Looks like Schutte able to avoid some heavy contact, but still a handful of drivers caught up and involved in this one. Another caution as we've got some trouble near the rear of this field. We'll take a look back. Let's see if we can't find what happened here. One more time, one more look. Gonna jump back. Oh, and there you can see contact. Looked like the 8 of Ryan Sizemore may have had some contact. We'll take one more look at it here. Oh, yeah, and you can see Sizemore a little bit sideways into the 18 of Casey Duncan. And that's going to get Ron Schutte. Schutte going to catch a few of the drivers as well. We'll see if we can go up and take one more look at it here and see what happened one more time. There's a contact, 4 drivers already. There's 5, 6 as Jim Thorndike catches a piece. Ryan Sizemore trying to save his machine. Ron Schutte back here also trying to do the same thing. One more look. Oh, and there's the contact, 59 into the 14. Yeah, that's just some big-time trouble right there. Drivers scattering, and it's right around that green flag pit stop time once again. Justin Gann. Oh, I apologize. That was a little loud. Justin Gann gonna lead the field down to pit road. Everybody gonna come get tires and gas. They're gonna need to top off the fuel tanks. They're gonna have to make at least one more pit stop from here. So, with that being said, race fans, we're gonna take a brief commercial break, but don't go anywhere. We'll stay swift, side by side. backtrack side once again as the field double file. Pace car lights are off, ready to make that left-hand turn, this time off of turn number 4. Darren Clement beats the field off of pit road. That's going to give us our 15th different lead change amongst 7 different drivers here tonight, and we are just at that halfway point. Field gonna come to the stripe to take lap number 44 out of the 85 scheduled in tonight's official race distance here in the Roll Tide 85 race number 7 for Swift Motorsports Butt Kicker Breezy Acres Dairy Farms Xfinity Series. Clement waits for it, and on the gas, green flag flies once again here at Talladega Super Speedway. Field gets up through the gears, no trouble for anybody. And it looks like we may have our first victim of the night. John Wimbish in the 56 with some trouble. He is still stuck down on pit road. "27 drivers took to the starting grid tonight, with Wimbish back behind pit wall trying to fix up his machine. That's going to leave us with just 26 left on the track, and oh no, hood goes down, hauler door goes out. John Wimbish in the 56 machine looks like he is loading that Ford Mustang up. The Texaco Havoline machine led a few laps, but now drops from tonight's race here at Talladega Super Speedway. So our first DNF of the night. John Wimbish gonna fall back to 27th here at Talladega. Darren Clement continues to get pushed by Roy Fernandez. The Cuban Missile Rocket has been up near the front of this field all race long. The AC Delco sponsored a Chevy Camaro, one of the few bow ties up here in the front of this field. Todd Cray right there representing those Chevy machines on the outside lane with the lead of that lane. He's trying to get up there and get by a very fast Ford Mustang. Darren Clement, since arriving at the front of the field, it has been very hard to get by him. Todd Cray now going to surge forward. Can he lead it at the line? Yes! They're going to give that lap to Todd Cray. That's our 16th official different lead change of the night. Now Darren Clement looks like he's going to go right back and take that top spot. Once again, field is still all packed up, running with each other. You can see a 3-car breakaway back towards the back, and then a big gap back to Austin Alberton, Jarrett Lipster, and Casey Duncan. Tommy Haynes also back there running with that pack of cars. That is, I'm not sure about this strategy. We'll go take a look at them right there. You can see that 49 of Alberton. He's got Lipster right there. Casey Duncan not too far off of them, but Casey Duncan was involved in that latest race incident. These two drivers are clean, and they both are Toyota, so maybe a little bit of a strategy going on with this 3-car pack, maybe trying to keep Casey Duncan somewhat still up in the mix as they are slowly gaining a little bit of ground. Not much, though. We'll jump back to the front of this field. Still double file. The 41 of Pierce Maffitt gonna split the middle. Nick Hunt, he's been able to push drivers to the front of the field, but he has yet to lead a lap here tonight. Big time push down the backstretch. That had Todd Cray almost with the race lead as they entered turn 3. Big push now coming off of turn 4. The 22 will clear the 32 for a moment. Clement gonna surge forward once again on the bottom lane. No clear-cut advantage. They'll go side by side back across the stripe. Cray gonna lead that lap. 17 different lead changes now in the book. Oh, and it looks like the 11 has some trouble here. 11 of Gary Wells has to bail and drop below that double yellow line. He'll lose a ton of ground here. The 41 of Pierce Maffitt still firing it up in that inside. The 59 of of Jim Thorndike still trying to get by on the outside. A little bit of front end damage on that GTR Simulator Camaro. It's going to be a tough run for him to lead this field or that line back to the front of this field. Justin Gann right there. He's still solidly clean. Driver sitting in front of him, a little bit of contact also underneath that latest caution. The 14 of Anthony Keys now runs just outside of your top 10 in the 11th position, and Maffitt forces his way to the bottom fourth car in line in the bottom lane. Never mind. Great racing on display. 3 wide at the front of the field. Once again, will it be 3 rows deep for the race lead? Not just yet. And I'm actually pretty amazed at the run that this outside lane is really being able to produce. Big damage on the front end of that 59 of Jim Thorndike, and he's getting a push by a driver that was involved in the race incident just moments ago as well. Justin Gann, third car in line. He's clean. And, man, he's being able to push these drivers right on around. They'll lose a little bit of momentum right there coming off of turn 2. They'll fall back just a bit. They'll gather it up, get wound back up once again going down the backstretch as those inside lanes have to check up just a little bit as their runs start to develop. And here comes that. Whoa! Jim Thorndike was on his way to the front. Big wiggle. And moving up the track almost into that outside wall. That was a very close call there for that GTR Simulator Camaro. And it looks like drivers starting to lose faith on that run. On the high side, they'll drop down and go back double file. Just 4 races left in the regular season tonight right here at Talladega Superspeedway. Then we head to Texas Motor Speedway, Iowa Speedway, and Charlotte Motor Speedway to close out the regular season. So drivers looking at trying to get into that chase, trying to make it in to have a shot at a championship. Well, they don't have very many races left to do it. Time is not on their side in tonight's race. You can tell the sense of urgency much more clear by a lot more of these drivers here tonight. We'll take a look at the point standings real quick. Justin Gann, he's been to victory lane 2 times so far this season in that 30 machine, but he sits just inside of your top 10, 52 points back from your points leader, Darren Clement. Todd Cray with a good run. He's sitting right there in second. Darren Clement running in first, so the top 2 in the points, running 1 and 2 on the speedway. How about that 98 of Hunter Courier, the third place driver in the point standings? He's running strong here, sitting now in that 4th position, and he'll actually move to 3rd now as he gets by Todd Craig. Craig going to lose a lot of ground on that outside lane while Jeff Gluckner goes to the middle. That's going to force Justin Gann to the high side. Gluckner, one of those drivers that needs a solid finish here tonight if he's going to want a shot at making it into that championship chase as well. So he's running strong. Pierce Maffitt running strong. Maffitt sitting inside the top 10, but still 49 points back of your race leader, Casey Duncan, to 18. He's struggling a little bit now, back in 22nd. He's just 9th in the point standings, in danger of possibly falling out of a chase spot. A lot of different scenarios and things going to happen over the course of the next 4 weeks. Keep tuned in. Keep it marked on your calendar, or better yet, join us in that push to 2,000 subscribers. Go ahead. Show these drivers some love. Drop them a dime. That's right. Join us with the push to 2,000 subscribers. Drop these drivers a thumbs up. Click subscribe and smash that bell over there on the right-hand side. Get notified anytime we go live here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. Whether it's myself, Dave in the Cave, or anybody else back at the Turn 3 headquarters, we do appreciate each and every one of you, each and every time you stop by. I know these drivers appreciate it when you stop by and say hi. That's why they're here. That's why they're giving you such a great show week in, week out, 7 days a week, right here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. Get your racing fix for everything e-speed. Darren Clement, Todd Cray continue to to switch and swap that top spot, but the lead going back to Clement each time. So we'll stay at 17 official lead changes. We'd be upwards of probably 50 if we were doing it ourselves. Drivers just not really settling down, not really settling in, so to speak, all night long. And now a big gap back to some of these drivers through this field. Damian Leininger right there outside of your top 15, sitting in 17th position. He's all over Rhett Tucker, but they are over a second and a half behind your race leader, Darren Clement. And it looks like a lot of these drivers starting to get single file down there on the inside lane. We only have a handful of drivers still trying that double file run. Looks like about 6 or 7 cars lined up on that outside lane, and it's just to no avail, really. The numbers and the momentum, the energy. You'll hear spotters talk about that, especially here at restrictor plate races. If you watch any of the NASCAR style of racing, you can hear the energy's there, the run is there, the momentum is there. With those numbers, yes, the checkups are a little bit bigger as you get deeper in that line, but the momentum that those drivers are able to carry, even being half throttle, is tremendous compared to a much shorter line. And just as I say that, well, Todd Cray, Nick Hunt, they're going to prove me wrong. They're going to push themselves almost clear of that inside lane, side by side, going into turn number 3. Well, I mean, Dave's been wrong before. I mean, we won't get into that. We'll just stop right there. Side by side at the line, Todd Cray gonna lead that lap. That's gonna give us 18 different race leaders so far here tonight. 7 different race leaders. Can Roy Fernandez somehow get that 3 machine up and around Darren Clement, who is hugging that double yellow line? He has not been off of that yellow line since the drop of the green flag for the restart. And I don't expect to see him actually move from there. That's one of your best friends. A little bit of damage on the tail end of that 8 of Ryan Sizemore. You can see that left rear bumper beat up just a little bit, pushed in. And it looks like we have had our second retirement of the night. The 17 of Tommy Haynes, your pole sitter tonight, gonna pull the car behind pit wall. He'll finish tonight's race back in 26th. Luckily for him, he's gonna walk away with a few points for snatching that pole position here tonight as we close in on lap number 60, knocking on the door of just 26 laps remaining. Things definitely gonna heat up. We're gonna have a round of green flag pit stops coming up. Big time implications all over this field in the few remaining laps here tonight. How about the run by Ryan Sizemore? He's just gonna bully his way right in through that middle, push Jeff Gluckner up to the top of the speedway. Gluckner gonna have no choice but to give him that position. He'll drop back in line right behind him, and how about that? We have not seen him up here pretty much all night long. I believe that is Nathan Nixon right there. Check that car out, man. Up 7 spots from where he started tonight's race. Where did he come from? Haven't really seen him or talked about him much all night long here, but look at how clean that long MacArthur Ford Mustang is, man. Nice and clean. Got all the fenders on it. No crinkles, no wrinkles. It's looking good. Can he get that Ford Mustang a little bit further up through the field and finish with a possible top 5? What a splash in the bucket that would be for him. Darren Clement going to continue to lead this race, though. Top of the front of the field. Roy Fernandez right there behind him. Hunter Courier, 3rd car in line. Cray, Hunt, and Sizemore lead the charge on the outside. Jeff Gluckner in the 24 iRacing Drivers World sponsored Chevy Camaro sits right there in 8th, 9th to Nathan Nixon. Gary May rounds out your top 20, your top 10. A little bit of a struggle bus right now here from my mouth and my tongue. No, they're not wanting to cooperate with me. I know what I'm trying to say. They're just not letting me say it. 11 of Gary Wells. He's going to poke out from that inside lane. He's going to look to try to gain a little bit of ground. Ryan Sizemore passing Hunter Cordier for 5th position last time by Darren Clement. Makes a pass for the top spot. He'll grab that. Once again, that's going to give us our 19th different lead chains here tonight. Ooh. Drivers looking for some air on the cars. The 41 of Pierce Maffitt down beneath that double yellow line, just a little bit down the backstretch. Drivers getting a little bit out of shape now with just 25 laps remaining. Everybody was back on the pit road, back on lap number 41. That was 20 laps ago. When will they come down for fuel and tires? Is anybody going to gamble and take fuel only? Is anybody going to take just right sides? We'll have to wait and see. Or will we see a pesky yellow flag end all of the strategy here? Long train of cars down there on that inside lane. That is a telltale sign. Green flag, pit stops looming in the air. Nobody to pit road this time by. Everybody going to stay out on the track. And oh my goodness, Austin Alberton, Jarrett Lipster, and Casey Duncan, they are now over 12 seconds back from your race leader. They have lost all sorts of time. And how about these drivers? We're going to take a look back. Excuse me. We're going to take a look back here with Damian Liniger, Jim Ott, Jason Ayerson. Back here running in 17th, 18th, and 19th position. They are right at about 2 seconds behind the race leaders. Haven't really lost the draft, but they're going to need a little bit of a run, a big time gain if they're going to want to get up there and try to battle for a top spot. But I think they may believe we're going to see one of those pesky caution flags fly here before the end of tonight's race as we go back 3 wide, racing at the front of this field. Justin Gann goes to the top. He's going to lead that 3 wide charge on the high side. Harry Gant would be proud. High side and handsome. 3 wide for your race lead as they make their way down the back stretch. Here comes that run by Justin Gann. 2 Fords, 1 Chevy in the middle. Ken Cray keep it wound up. Oh my goodness. Now that's racing at its finest right there. 3 wide racing for the race lead at Talladega Super Speedway. We're going to be 3 wide for quite some time. I do believe green flag pit stops may break up the fun for just a moment. And it looks like Justin Gann dropping back for just a moment. Going to try to re-energize, if you will, get a better run at it and see if he can't slingshot himself around. Gonna have to watch out to make sure that Nick Hunt or Ryan Sizemore don't try to block that run. Again, gonna stay 4th car, middle lane. A lot of movement out of that 2nd lane right now. A lot of drivers weaving up and down the track here. Whoa, big moment there. Darren Clement and Todd Cray almost touch. Oh, contact. Ryan Sizemore into the side of the 98. Sizemore spinning down pit road and caution flag flies. Oh, no. That is going to hurt a lot of drivers here everybody that came to pit road already, they'll be able to make their stops without any penalties. So Todd Cray, Darren Clement, Roy Fernandez, even Ryan Sizemore, even with that contact, oh, and no, they don't pit. They do not stop in their box. Looks like they did not want to get a penalty, and they are going to lose quite a bit of track position. Your race leader's going to drop to the back now, but how about a new race leader at the front of this field? The 00 of Nick Hunt going to take command of this race for the moment. That's going to give us our 20th different lead change with 8 different race leaders. I think these Xfinity Series drivers may surpass that 23 different lead changes that we seen Monday night here at Talladega Superspeedway in the Swift Motorsports Butt Kicker Airs iRacing Paints Arca Menard Series. These Breezy Acres Dairy Farms Xfinity Series drivers are going to not just match that, but I bet you they pass that. 20 laps remaining, 19 when we cross the line this time by. I would expect to see the entire field come down pit road. So with that being said, race fans, we're going to step away for just a brief commercial break, but don't go anywhere. We'll be right back with all your green flag action right here from Talladega Super Speedway.
We got big time problems with that motor, buddy. Hey, just between you and me, the idea is to avoid the other cars. Congratulations! You just set the sport back 30 years with that move. That move will put you in the Hall of Shame. You keep doing stuff like that and we're going to lose our sponsor. Looks like that's it for us today. Now I know why you got canned by your old team. It's over. We can't fix that damage. Looks like your car is toast. You'll need a tow back to pit lane. Press and hold your reset button and we'll come and get you.
With the Butt Kicker Gamer 2, what you see and what you hear is what you feel. Butt Kicker. The future is feeling.
Back trackside as promised. Green flag ready to fly. Drivers double file making their way off of turn 4. Pierce Maffitt and Gary May with a 2-tire stop. They'll go to the front of the field for the restart. New race leader. That's going to be our 9th different race leader. 21 lead changes. iRacing pace car down and away. 17 laps remain when we cross the line this time by. Are the 2 tires going to be enough at the front of this field? Wait for it. Wait for it. Going to bring them all the way to the restart line here. Maffitt waits, and green flag flies now at Talladega Superspeedway for the 4th time. Maffitt gets up through the gears, a little bit of a stumble by that 10 on the outside, and he's going to drop straight to the bottom. That's going to leave a big gap back to that 11 of Gary Wells, 5th on the speedway. He's going to lose a little bit more ground, 6th now, as that inside lane starts to surge forward. No help on the outside. Nick Hunt's going to look for the race lead. He jumps to the outside. He'll go side by side with Pierce Maffitt for the moment. Nick Hunt looks to lead a lap. That 00 Toyota has pushed multiple race leaders, but has yet to lead a lap. Now Pierce Maffitt starts to surge forward. Once again, down there on that inside lane has the 20 of Nathan Nixon tucked in right behind him. And how about that 2 of Damian Leininger? Where did he come from? Oh, I see a 3rd lane forming near the back. Oh, my goodness. Todd Cray, Darren Clement, they're lined up with each other. And it looks like that 00 just struggles once he gets to be the car breaking that clean air. It looks like he just struggles for a little bit of pace. But I want to go back a little bit deeper. Check this out. Big run and caution. Caution on the speedway. That's going to slow things down for the 4th time so far here tonight. Not seeing anything out there. Looks like Casey Duncan may have been involved. He's slow on the track. We'll take a look back here and see what may have happened with that 18 of Duncan. And Duncan just across the nose of the 24. He gets spun to the inside. Oh! Not sure if there was contact with that inside wall or not, but nonetheless, 18 did a great job of not completely destroying that machine. And how about this at the front of this field? Man, those 2 tires are working well. Pierce Maffitt, Nathan Nixon, both of them with 2 tires. Looking, trying to see if anybody headed to pit road. Looks like Austin Alberton, Gary Wells, Jarrett Lipster, and the 18 of Casey Duncan. Those 4 machines going to come down to pit road for what should be one final time here tonight. But have we seen the last of that caution flag fly? 14 laps remaining. And the way these drivers have been driving all night, not that they've been driving recklessly, but they've been driving relentlessly is how I'll put it. Will we see this thing stay green to the end on this final restart, or will we see a green-white checkered here? Something we have not seen all season long. Will tonight at Talladega Superspeedway, excuse me, be the first time that we see that green-white checkered have to be used here in season number 3 for the Swift Motorsports Butt Kicker Breezy Acre Dairy Farms Xfinity Series. Pierce Maffett gonna lead Nathan Nixon. Damian Liner, you're right there in third. Nick Hunt, Jim Thorndike, Gary May, Jim Ott, I apologize, the eighth position. The 14 of Anthony Keys, Jason Harrison, and Justin Gann round out your top 10. Rhett Tucker, Nathan Rogie back in 12th, 13th spot. Austin Albertson, Todd Cray, Gary Wells, Darren Clement, Hunter Cordier. Roy Fernandez drops a ton of positions all the way back to 18th. Jeff Gluckner and Ryan Sizemore round out your top 20. And as we do come to a crawl, do want to keep in mind, race fans, just 3 more races before we set that chase grid after tonight. Texas Motor Speedway coming up next week, Iowa. Then we finish things off for the regular season, the 10-race regular season here for Swift Motorsports Butt Kicker Xfinity Series. And I mean, when I'm looking at the points right now, there are a lot of drivers all over each other, even outside of that top 10 in the points. Very close points battles by a lot of these drivers. So the championship picture, not really crystal clear, not clear at all, to be exact. If we should see a driver rip off a win or two here in these last 4 races, it could definitely mix things up in the point standings. And oh, caution light's gonna come back on. We're gonna go one more time around here tonight before we kick things back off. Green flag racing. You know, I'm really starting to wonder what's going on underneath that Depends Toyota Supra hood. That double O of Nick Hunt. As I said just moments ago when we were under the green flag conditions, Nick Hunt, he has been able to push multiple different drivers up there to take that top spot, up to that race lead. But once he is that driver in the clean air, it looks like his Toyota Supra just struggles to pull that outside lane. Hunt just struggles to get to that top spot. He is right there lap after lap, but just not able to fully pass that inside lane. And unfortunately, he has not been able to lead a lap yet. Man, that has got to be somewhat frustrating inside of that double O machine. I mean, we'll take a look in-car. I do believe we do have an in-car camera shot here of Nick Hunt right there in his office. You can see him in that Stroker A's helmet. Homage to a great racing movie. Love that, my man. Great job right there. But as we were saying, I mean, he's been there. I mean, right there all night long and just has not been able to capitalize and move to that top spot. Still got quite a long ways to go, though, to find things out, to figure it out, to try to get up there and take that top spot away. Pace car lights are off. They work their way off of turn 2, back down the backstretch once again. We've seen a third lane develop and a run to the front begin to develop from that 22 of Todd Cray and Darren Clement. Will we see that third line develop? And when will we see it develop? Will it be early here? Drivers are not going to have a lot of time to go. 11 laps remain when we cross the line, and it looks like Nathan Nixon with a little bit of a blink action there. Connection may be a little bit off. We'll have to make sure he gets that straightened out. Looks like it's good to go now. And how about, man, the front of this field, this is about to get, man, this is about to get crazy, I'm telling you. Damian Leininger right there in that 2 machine in the bat flip podcast, sponsored Ford Mustang. He's been outside of the top 5 pretty much all night, but now sits second row inside lane in green. Flag flies once again. Pierce Maffitt trying to cover up that 20 of Nathan Nixon. They'll weave and swerve going into turn 1. That's going to leave Nick Hunt all alone on the high side. Top 3 cars break away as they come off of turn number 2. Leininger gets in line, gets a run. He'll jump to the outside of Nixon. There's Maffitt trying to go up and block the run. Not going to happen. Here comes Leininger. Leininger looking for the race lead for the first time here tonight. Lap number 10. Now 10 laps to go on the book when we cross the line. This time by outside lane. Gonna prevail. Leininger gonna take the top spot. 10 different race leaders. 22 different lead changes. We have had more race leaders tonight. Just one more lead change to go to. Oh, and big caution. Big wreck. Oh, no. Big time trouble right here. Rhett Tucker involved, Gary May, Todd Cray. Oh, my gosh. That is a lot of drivers caught up involved. Todd Cray, no front clip. My gosh. What happened here? Oh, and Todd Cray almost, in a little bit of, oh, my gosh. What in the world? Let's take another look at this. The 10 spins off the nose of the 22, 22 into the wall a few times, and boom! How about that for a kick flip? Tony Hawk, eat your heart out. My gosh. That was a rough lick right there for those drivers. We'll take one more look at it here. There goes the 10 spinning down the 98 right back into the 22. The 22 on the wall, hits it, and then smack, bang, boom, flip. Right across the track. Oh, who was that? Was that the 98 of Hunter Courtier? I believe it was. Man, let's watch this. This is going to be amazing. The 98 trying to make his way through. Contact, more contact, more contact. Whoa! Todd Cray almost got him as well, but big contact and damage here for a lot of drivers late in the going here tonight at Talladega Super Speedway. And Todd Cray gonna limp that machine down to pit road, and that's gonna be all she wrote for that 22 and his crew here tonight. Talladega claims another one late. Things just got a little bit more interesting with our 5th caution flag of the night. We should see green flag racing with about 5 laps to go, so I don't know. I don't know. There's still a lot of racing left. Even at 5 laps to go at Talladega Superspeedway, that's right around or over 10 miles of racing. And man, at super speedways with the runs that develop, with the blocks that are going to be thrown, it is going to be big time at the front of this field. I can guarantee you that. Yeah, Jess, you're absolutely right. Yikes is I would say a little bit on the lighter scale of what I would have said, man. I don't know what the physics are going on out there with that outside wall. But Cray, man, he got tossed and flipped like it was nothing. Latest caution gonna catch up involved a handful of drivers. Looks like Nathan Nixon, Todd Cray, both back behind pit wall. I don't believe they're gonna be able to get their machines fixed up and back out on track on time, or in time, I should say. So a little bit of house cleaning as the field is under caution, coming back across the stripe this time by 27 drivers took to the starting grid here tonight. We have still got 22 out there on the track, but we are down now to just 21 drivers left on the lead lap. The 31 of Stephen Ayers Jr. will round out the field on the lead lap. Ron Schutte, first and only driver down a 1 lap here tonight, so he is in that lucky dog position should we have another late race caution. I know Leininger's wishing we could get this thing fired back up and not see another caution flag running well here tonight. Kind of a quiet night, but a big splash at the end. Can that too? Bat Flip Podcast sponsored Ford Mustang make it to victory lane for the first time this season? We'll have to wait to find out. Will it be Pierce Maffitt? How about Nick Hunt? Jim Ott's right there. Jason Ayerson. We haven't talked about him very much. He's been playing it safe at the tail end of the field. And now he'll line up second car outside row just in front of that Auto Owners Insurance number 4 of Jim Ott. They've run well with each other throughout the past and throughout the season. Well, they hook it up once again here in the late stages of tonight's race number 7. The Roll Tide 85 right here from Talladega Superspeedway in the Cuban Missile Rocket. How about that? That 3 of Roy Fernandez, he's back inside the top 10, back knocking on the door of a top 5 once again. Can he somehow take that 3 and put it back into a podium position here tonight? We'll have to wait and see, but just 6 laps to go. This time by, field will take the green flag. Down and away, field off of 4, coming through the tri-oval. There goes the pace car. Driver's got to stack them up double file as we go high above the track. Why don't we go one time for the restart? Up here at the spotter stand, bird's eye view of how everything goes downfield, coming to that restart line. Leininger bringing them deep in the box. Wait for it, wait for it. Here we go. Green flag racing once again. Here on the Roll Tide 85 for Swift Motorsports, BUTTKICKER, Breezy Acres Dairy Farms, Xfinity Series. Leininger gonna have the advantage for now with a big push by that 00 of Nick Hunt. No surprise there, huh? Yeah, all the drivers gonna drop to the bottom of the lane. They'll go single file off of turn 2. Jim Ott left on that high side. There goes that 20 the 14 of Anthony Keys. He's going to try his hand with a run on the outside. 3 cars lined up on the inside. Leininger, Hunt, Maffitt. They'll stay nose to tail. Boss man Upstate Al gonna wave the high five at him this time by. Hi, how you doing, boys? 5 laps to go this time by. Drivers mixing it up, jockeying for position. Here comes a run from that double O of Nick Hunt. Can the 4 of Jim Ott push him to the lead? Here comes Roy Fernandez. Big push from Darren Clement. Fernandez going to look to lead the race. 3 wide down the back stretch, 3 rows deep. Oh boy, here we go. Three rows now make that, well, it's going to stay 3 rows now, 4 rows, almost 5 rows deep, 3 wide, racing here off of turn number 4, back through the Trivo. Leininger going to take that middle lane. Jim Ott going to take control of the race for the first time down on the inside lane. Will he lead it at the line? No, the 2 with the advantage. Ooh, that was almost a 4 wide moment there. Leininger going to drop from the middle to the bottom lane, cut the nose off of that 4 machine. 4 laps to go. Big move to the middle lane now, trying to block that run, trying to utilize the draft. Leininger switching lanes. Here comes Roy Fernandez. Jim Ott with a big run after Pierce Maffitt with a big push. On the 4, he's going to have the advantage for the time being. 3 wide, 4, 5 rows deep now off of turn number 4. Back through the Trivo, and Jim Ott with, complete control. Nick Hunt gets into a driver, sends him down pit lane. It's the big one. Once again, caution flag flies. 3 laps to go. Damian Leininger going to take control of the race, and we'll slow things down once again. Gary Wells involved in this one. Jim Thorndike, Austin Alberton, Casey Duncan also caught up with this one. My goodness, a lot of drivers. We'll take a look back here, see how it all went down, see what happened. Here you can see the mess in front. Driver sideways on the track. There's the 11 of Gary Wells. Casey Duncan on board with Austin Alberton. They get everything situated and headed back in the right direction. We're going to go back up. Once again, let's see if we can't take another look at what happened here. Going to jump back here with Nick Hunt for just a moment, see if we can't see what happened as Nick Hunt made contact with another driver, and that's kind of how everything started from there. One more time, one more look. There you see, Justin Gann caught up and involved in this one too. A lot of drivers with contact right there. Hard to really point the finger or place blame on one single driver. There was multiple car contact with multiple drivers out there, and that's just a product of just hard racing coming to the end of a race here at Talladega Superspeedway. Everybody trying to go for the checkered flag. And well, that's going to give us our first attempt at a green, a white, checkered. Damian Leininger, Jim Ott, Pierce Maffitt, Nick Hunt, Darren Clement round out your top 5. Nathan Rogie right there, Rhett Tucker, Justin Gann, Anthony Keys, and Jim Thorndike round out your top 10. business about to pick up if it hadn't already picked up over the course of the past 15 laps or so. We have seen these drivers be more aggressive with the pushes, more aggressive with the lane changing, more aggressive with the air quote blocks. But I mean, that's what it's about. That's the style of racing that these restrictor plate races bring. Towards the end of the race, you know, drivers are going to make some big moves. They're going to try to make some big moves on you, and you got to try to stop that momentum and that run and utilize it to your advantage to keep the race lead. So we're going to see a lot of crazy things here on this official attempt at a green-white checkered. I don't know if we're going to get this thing in under green flag conditions, but we'll wait and have to see how it all shakes out here. Field should receive the one to go this time by. And as I sit here silent, I'm looking through this field, looking through this lineup right now, and I'm trying to see if there's any clear-cut front runner, so to speak. And looking through it, and I'm not really, nobody's really jumping at it. But yes, Rhett Tucker, Justin Gann, they're up inside the top 10, 6th and 7th for this restart. They have been to victory lane so far this season. But I don't think there's any real clear-cut advantage for anybody in this field, especially the way the racing has been here tonight. There have been big runs, big pushes, and big blocks as of late. Will we see the big run, big move, big block? Or will Damian Leniger fire off and be able to keep himself in front of this field? He'll have control of the race when we hit the line this time by. No, actually, Jim Ott gonna have control. Looked like the field was in the hands of Damian Leniger, but Ott elected to take that inside lane. Pace car down and away. Field gets to the restart box. Long way to the restart box. Check start finish line down past the midway point in the tri-oval. Bringing them deep down into that restart box, and green flag flies on the loud pedal up through the gears. Well, there's a lead change already. 24 different lead changes amongst 10 different drivers. Your top three breakaway. Damian Leniger's got Jim Ott right behind him. Pierce Maffitt, third car lane. Here comes Nick Hunt with a little bit of a run, but how about that outside lane? Whoa, big moves, big block by Pierce Maffitt. Oh my gosh. Popsicle sticks on display, 2 laps to go. Big blocks going into turn 3. Here comes Pierce Maffitt with a run on the bottom. Leininger with a huge move to block the run on the bottom of the speedway. He has made that car 5 lanes wide here on this green-white checkered attempt. Pierce Maffitt going to look to the outside now. Leininger going to be forced to stay on that bottom lane or give the position up to the 99 of Rhett Tucker. Where did he come from? And caution flag flies as Jeff Gluckner goes around. Jeff Gluckner, Casey Duncan, Gary Wells, they all go around this time by. We'll take a look. Oh my gosh, Darren Clement. Ooh. Oh my. He is still flipping. That was bad. That was definitely bad. Let's take one more look at it. Oh, hard impact. Gluckner with hard impact as well. Carnival Ride does not do it justice one more time with this crazy ride with Darren Clement. Oh my goodness. There's the impact and there. Oh my. Long slide on the roof and the car comes to a settle back on all four wheels. No power on that machine. My gosh, I do not know how Darren Clement even climbed out of that race car after that hard contact and huge mess of a wreck. And it looks like that is gonna do it. Checkered flag this time by for your race winner. The two of Damian Leonard are going to cross the line this time by as the race leader. One attempt at a green-white checkered in the books. And Leonard are going to take that top spot. Pierce Maffett, Rhett Tucker with a great run at the end. He's going to gain 20 spots on the night, finish in third. What a crazy way to finish out the night here tonight, race fans. We're going to step away for just a brief moment, get things set up and ready to go for your post-race interview, so don't go anywhere, race fans. We'll be right back here from Talladega Super Speedway. back trackside at the conclusion of another wild one right here at Talladega Super Speedway. We're going to see if we can't catch up with some of your podium finishing drivers here tonight. Let's see if we can't catch up with a few of them that we think we may have. Well, we know who the race winner is. We know who it was. So I tell you what, we're going to jump right to a post-race interview with your race winner. Let's see if we can't dial up the driver inside of that 2 machine. Damien, it's Dave in the booth. You got a copy? Damien, you got, oh, there you are. Gotcha now. How you doing, bud? How you feeling after walking away with the race win here tonight, man? A wild and crazy one here at Talladega, huh?
Yeah, it was a huge win, to be honest. I mean, trying to coming in late, trying to fight for the points. This was one of the tracks I love super speedway racing, and one of the tracks I definitely circled for one to try and get the 2 car into victory lane and make up some valuable points to try and get that playoff spot.
Well, Rhett, making a splash here, that's gonna. Well, oops, I apologize. Wrong person, wrong name. Damien, that's who I'm talking to. Man, back-to-back podium finishes for you. You got it to the top spot here tonight. Looking forward, Texas, Iowa, Charlotte. Out of those 3 races, the last 3 races in the regular season, do you think we can see this 2 back in victory lane at any of those tracks?
I would say Texas or Iowa. I'm not the greatest at Charlotte. I'm solid, but not very good. Texas, I'm usually pretty good on the long run. Usually give up some spots early on, but the long run I usually come through. Iowa is one of my favorite tracks, so I'm really looking forward to how the setup goes. I don't know if it's a night or a day race. If it's a day race, that makes it even better because it really allows both lines to kind of work a little bit better than the night race does. But yeah, I would say one of those 2 would be my best shot if I am gonna get another regular season win. It would definitely be either Texas or Iowa.
Well, Damien, walk us through a little bit of your race. A little bit of a quiet night for you and the 2 crew, and then just kind of right there towards the end, you kind of showed up, and some people may say you were blocking. I call it defensive driving. Walk us through some of those moves there on those last laps.
Yeah, so at super speedway races, I really like to like kind of just chill in the back for a little bit, for lack of a better term. Just not really push and not get yourself too worked up and worrying about everything else, and putting yourself in the hornet's nest. So me and my spotter, we were talking. We just kind of kept a decent gap in the back, and give yourself enough space to avoid those wrecks. And that one, kind of everybody was starting to pit, and then we stayed out. We were going to pit the next time, but then the caution came out. I got the lead somehow by there. I don't know how I got the lead right there, but from that point on, I wanted to be on the outside because the outside lane tends to get the run here, and usually everybody goes on the outside and then they just go back down to the bottom, and then they get freight trained by the outside again. So I kind of wanted to stay on the outside, but that one restart I went to the bottom, and then the top lane kind of got the jump back on me, and I got shuffled back for a little bit. And I told my spotter again, I was like, if I get the other opportunity, like I want to be able to control the race from the outside. I don't want to do it from the bottom, just because, like I said, you're gonna get freight trained on the outside. So we started and got down low, and once the run started happening, I knew that Jim and Pierce were going to try and work together. They were kind of on comms talking about it, and I was just like, hey, we're, like I said, I'm battling for points, and I wanted to be on the outside, so I wasn't going to let them beat me at that point, and just started blocking. And luckily, they didn't hit me too hard and spin me out, but definitely I threw some major blocks that they probably should have.
Well, you said it, not me. I'm just gonna leave it there. Well, I'd have done it if I was you too. I'm just saying. Damien, congratulations, man, walking away with the race win here tonight at Talladega Super Speedway. Before we let you celebrate the rest of the night, though, would you like to give any shout-outs, thank yous, love yous, thank anybody back home in Bakersfield?
Yeah, thanks to the Backflip Podcast. It's a baseball podcast you can find on Apple and Spotify. We record weekly, so you guys can check that out if you're interested in baseball at all. I got to thank my spotter and crew chief, Hank Steinmiller. He's been on the box with me ever since Daytona Road, and he does a fantastic job. And those spotters don't really get enough credit. He just allows me to stay behind the wheel and not really have to think about anything else and just focus on the racing. So thank him a lot, and thank you guys for broadcasting this. Thanks, Don and Justin and everybody who puts this league on. It's just coming in. It's a really fun league. Still trying to learn it all, but definitely a lot of fun. And thanks to my dad. Shout out to him. He goes back, and even if he can't watch it live, he goes and rewatches it. So it's kind of fun being able to show off to your family that you are racing virtually even.
Absolutely. Well, hi, Dad. No, I'm just kidding. Again, my man, congratulations. Enjoy this one, and we'll try to catch up with you before the end of this regular season.
Alrighty, thanks, guys.
All right, there you have it. Race winner Damian Leonard going to park that two in victory lane, walk away with that checkered flag. Let's see if we can't walk around and talk to a few more of the drivers out there tonight. Looks like Pierce Maffett going to walk away in that second spot. Let's see if we can't grab a quick word or two with the driver inside of that 41 machine. Pierce, it's Dave in the booth. You got a copy?
Yes, I do.
How you doing? How you feeling after a good run there at the end? Almost had it.
Yeah, if that caution come out a couple seconds later, probably would have had him. But yeah, overall a good run. I'm happy with that. I just came in needing some decent points, so that's definitely going to help.
Yeah, it came into tonight's race 49 points off of the points leader. A great run for you here tonight, not so much for them. So you're definitely going to gain in that aspect. How are you feeling about your championship hopes now that there's just 3 races remaining?
I think I'm probably going to get knocked out of the chase I'd say round of 8. I have like flashes of speed, but I don't think I can be consistent enough, and I definitely can't win easily, which is what this system really asks of you.
Well, Pierce, I think you'd be, I don't know, you got to be on top of your game here at Talladega Super Speedway to walk away with a shot to even win the race, let alone a podium spot. So don't beat yourself up a little, too much, man. You did a fine job out there, and I think we're going to see you back at the podium before the end of this regular season. So out of those 3 races, which one do you think you may be able to have a shot to park it in victory lane? Texas, Iowa, or Charlotte?
Probably Charlotte. Texas, I'm not bad at, but I'm not really exceptional. Iowa, I can't really drive in these cars. It's just way too tight. So probably Charlotte.
All right. Well, Pierce, man, we do appreciate you taking a moment of your time to talk to us here in the post-race interview. So congratulations walking away with a great finish, second place here tonight. Before we let you go, though, would you like to give any shout-outs, thank yous, love yous, thank anybody back home?
Yeah, I just wanted to say a big thanks to everyone here at Collier Motorsports. Of course, Blues Diecast for sponsoring us this season. I know I haven't done super well for them so far, but I'm pretty sure I got them some good TV time tonight. So yeah, all the sponsors, all the guys at the team, and all the admins who run this league, they're really the ones who are keeping this all together.
All right, Pierce. Well, again, congratulations on a great run, and we'll wait to see if we can't follow this up and have another talk before the end of the regular season.
I hope so. Thank you.
All right, there's Pierce Maffett in that 41 machine walking away with the second spot here tonight. And let's see now if we can't go have a word with the driver that walked away in the third position here tonight. Let's see if we can't grab a word or two with a fast Ford, man. Came out of nowhere, shot towards the top 5, and then into a podium spot from way back in the field. The 99 of Rhett Tucker. It's Dave in the booth. You got me?
Yeah, what's going on, Dave?
Not much, man. How you feeling after passing 20 drivers here tonight and walking away with a podium spot, man? That's some good stuff.
Appreciate it. I'm pretty bummed though that we had to do all that careful driving and end under caution like that.
I hear you. Nobody ever wants to finish under a caution, but how crazy was it really out there? How crazy were those runs and those big blocks towards the end of the race here tonight?
It was really crazy. I feel like some people may not have known their I don't know where their car was, as much as they thought they did. But definitely takes some discipline to let off and get off the throttle instead of wrecking everybody.
Absolutely. Well, Rhett, you weren't able to back up a race-winning performance. I believe that was race number 3. You went to victory lane. Looking forward to these final 3 races, though, in this regular season. Do you got anyone on the radar, anyone circled that you may get to victory lane in? Iowa, Texas, Charlotte? You eyeballing any of those tracks?
Guess we can just make it one big circle, Dave.
I like it. I like it. All right. Well, Rhett, man, I hope that holds to be true, and I hope to get to talk to you again before the end of the regular season. Again, great run here tonight. Coming up 2 spots short, though. Going to walk away in that 3rd position before we let you go. Rhett, would you like to give any shout-outs, thank yous, love yous?
Thank you for doing a killer broadcast. Everybody at Swift for putting this on. My teammate Nathan Rogie for running with me. Malware Bites, Primary Jeeps, Hummers, and Argos. And that's it. Thank you, man.
All right, my man. Well, I'm sure we'll catch up with you again.
Hope so.
All right, there you have it. Rhett Tucker going to walk away in 3rd here tonight. As I said, they're up 20 spots from where he started tonight's race, outside of the top 20 in the 23rd spot. Great run to get to that spot by the end of the race. What a run there by the 99. What a race, actually, for the entire field. A little bit of a mix-up there towards the end of the race, but as much can be expected here at Talladega Superspeedway or at Daytona International Superspeedway. These restrictor plate races, they kind of lend their hand to some crazy race action late in the going. And, well, we had a little bit of crazy late race action here tonight for the 3rd night in a row for the Swift Motorsports drivers. So a great job had by all in producers. Hitting those buttons, you hear the music, you know what time it is. It's time to run down tonight's unofficial race results in the Roll Tide 85 here in race number 7 for the Swift Motorsports Butt Kicker Breezy Acres Dairy Farms Xfinity Series. Damian Leininger gonna take that top spot for the first time this season. He'll walk away with a checkered flag. 41 of Pierce Maffett going to walk away in 2nd. 3rd place goes to Rhett Tucker in the 99, while Jim Ott brings the 4 home in 4th. Anthony Keys going to round out your top 5. The 00 of Nick Hunt pushes multiple drivers to the front, but falls a little short tonight. He'll finish in 6th. Nathan Rogie in the 91 going to slot home in 7th. 8th place tonight goes to Jarrett Lipstruer. Justin Gann back in 9th. Jim Thorndike rounds out your top 10. 49 of Austin Albertson going to walk away in 11th. 12th place tonight goes to Ryan Sizemore, while Hunter Collier going to walk away in 13th. 14th place here tonight, the Cuban Missile Rocket Roy Fernandez brings the 3 machine home in 14th. 31 of Stephen Ayers Jr. going to finish 15th. Casey Duncan back in 16th. 17th goes to Jason Ayerson, while the 10 of Gary May walks away from the track here tonight in the 18th position. 19th tonight goes to Gary Wells. Jeff Gluckner with some late race trouble. He'll finish in 20th. Darren Clement goes flipping, flying all over the speedway and across the track. Luckily walked away from that when he was out of the infield care center. He gave us a big smile and a thumbs up. Darren Clement gonna walk away in 21st. 28th of Ron Schutte walks away in 22nd. 23rd goes to Nathan Nixon. Todd Cray gonna finish tonight's race back in 24th. 25th goes to Tommy Holt. Tommy Haynes gonna finish in the 26th spot in that 17 machine. John Wimbish in the 56 will round out the field here tonight. Big shout out, thank you, and you're welcome to those 2 race control and admin officials. Andy Starcher, Don Kidder doing a great job keeping all the drivers straight all night long and all season long. With that being said, race fans, we're going to go ahead and roll up the cords, get things ready to go for next week's races right here on for Swift Motorsports on the Turn 3 Racing Network. Sorry, my brain was not working at that point in time. But if you haven't already, race fans, as we've said multiple times, join us on that push to 2,000 subscribers. Drop these drivers a thumbs up. click subscribe and smash that bell over there on the right-hand side. Get notified anytime we go live here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. And, well, that's about it. That's all from Talladega Super Speedway. So until then, my friends, stay safe, stay loved. We'll meet you in Turn 3.